Hi everyone, this is Silesh from AsianCultureVulture.com. We're here at the Cannes Film Festival. And one of the things about Cannes, obviously you know about the films, and we probably don't see as many films as we'd like, but the other side of Cannes is the business side. And there are a lot of pavilions that represent different countries. There are over 50 countries represented. Behind me, those tents there are countries who are selling their wares effectively. They're promoting their films that are made by the country's filmmakers and also trying to get international filmmakers to come and make films in their countries. So each country has its own tent, and they often have talks and they have networking sessions and bring filmmakers together. So we spent some time in the India Pavilion and we also spent some time in the UK Pavilion, so let's find out more.
I definitely think things have changed in the last, say, 8 years. 5 years, 5 to 8 years. The last 5-8 years, there have been way more. There's been a shift, and there've been more films with more female, centric characters, strong women, playing lead parts, taking the film forward. And so that's a good thing. The change is happening, and the audience is also seeming to be very receptive to that change, which is great because then you know that it's working. Because I feel like the audience now is all about content and about the story, and not so much the typical formula films that used to work. At least in the Indian film industries, I feel like it's now more about the content, and content is king. So there definitely has been a shift.
For me, I want to see women as superheroes, to be very honest. And they don't have to really sort of wear a cape and fly off and save the world. You could be a superhero in your own life, and just like you said, they could just go into some place and have their own journey and rise and fall, and then just come out stronger, just more resilient, whatever. And I feel that would just give me and so many other women all over the world so much hope and so much to look up to. And I feel we don't have enough of those. We really don't.
So what is the UK Pavilion and what actually happens here?
So the purpose of the UK Pavilion is to offer a showcase, if you like, to the international film community. It's a hub as well for the UK industry, and we welcome international guests all the time. We are an information point. We are a central information point. So, for example, we produce no end of literature that is available to anybody who wants to know anything about the UK industry, the UK films in the festival. And key to what we do here is we hold a programme of industry events which take place over 4 or 5 days during the main days of the festival, which cover topics. Anything from the one going on at the moment is about Brexit. We have talent talks about where we bring in the key talent for UK films in section. So we've had Ken Loach talent talk, we had an Asif Kapadia talent talk this morning, and they're generally very well attended.
And what kind of people can we find hanging out at the tent then?
A whole selection of people. You'll find producers, you'll find wannabe producers, you'll find international people, journalists, buyers, distributors, exhibitors from the UK, but from everywhere in the world, really. So it's always an interesting place to drop into because you never quite know who you're going to meet.
So here at the India Pavilion, it's great to see so many international visitors. Archana is from SAFA, which is an American film festival. So she's here in Cannes. So whereabouts have you flown in from?
New York. I flew in from New York yesterday and enjoying the sun of Cannes.
It is pretty special out here today.
Absolutely.
So you're actually in charge of a festival. It's a South Asian festival, but it's US-wide.
Right.
So tell us a bit about the festival and where you actually do go to and what it's all about.
Sure. Our festival is called the South Asian Film Festival of America, and we are a traveling festival. So we've screened in LA and New York, and we look forward to screening in parts of Ohio and Texas, and really just getting to the diaspora audiences throughout the United States. We are a huge country, so we're trying to target all of the South Asians and the culture-savvy millennials that are spread out throughout the 50 states.
You know, it's really interesting because in the UK we hear a lot that there's certain Asians that don't make it in the UK, but the US loves them, and the US is very sort of welcoming and open to the kind of South Asian diaspora and the stories. And is that something that you observe?
I guess so. I think, we as diaspora really just look up to you guys because there has been so much of culture blending that has happened for so long. And so we really just feel like in the art space, you guys are so forward. And so anything that you do, for us, it's like, wow, that's so cool. That's so, it's interesting, it's innovative, it's progressive. So maybe that's why.
I think in terms of the actors, if we took acting in particular, a lot of British actors have found that the roles here are much smaller, but they go to the States and they might be cast in something bigger. So in that sense, it always seems like America's quite hungry for the kind of content and for, I don't know, maybe creating these roles as well.
Yeah, that's definitely been something that's happened in the past few years. I'm the executive director of Product of Culture, which is a curation platform for South Asian creatives. We really just kind of work as a marketing machine to get the word out about different diaspora artists that are out there. And it's definitely something that we've seen in the past couple of years where businesses, production houses, anyone that's willing to create content, they are looking to diversify who is in their pieces. And we've definitely seen a big spike for South Asians.
Yeah, so when is the next festival?
It's in October. So we'll be in LA and New York in October. So we are, our submissions are open and we are fully immersed in watching content right now.
Amazing. So get your films over to the festival right now. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of Cannes.
Thank you so much. You too.
So can you tell us a little bit about your role? I've seen you here many years. You're a veteran of Cannes. So can you talk a little bit about your role here, please?
So there's no official role here. I come here for my films. Came here 25 years ago with The Bandit Queen and have been in and out with different films or promoting stuff or whatever. And I use the India Pavilion as my sort of base. And I have been quite involved with FICCI, who organize this, or CIS, sometimes who do the market. And I help them if they need some sessions or moderation or calling somebody or doing some meetings here. But that's purely sort of my payback to the industry.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing here in Cannes, Kashmir, please.
Well, I've been an actor for more than 23 years and I decided, as an actor, I kept working. I always felt myself lucky to do films because I didn't have any background. I had no family in this industry. So I never thought that I was better than the role that I did. Every role that I got, I was very grateful and thankful for. And as time went by, this is the only thing I know how to do, is to be creative, to act, And I decided that it was time that films used me as a product, and I would use films to send a positive message. Because everywhere you look, the new generation, plus some of the old generation, and I'm also guilty of it, are always on social media. Everyone's looking down, walking, they miss life, they miss what's happening around them. So I decided to make a film about the youth of today's generation and their parents. So my film is about loving your parents, and it's also about promoting India and how much we have in our country to give to the world, and to stop our youth from running outside always to seek for answers. Whereas the answers are within yourself, with your parents, and in your country.
Hana, welcome to Asian Culture Vote.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a great day. It's sunny. Loving it.
So tell us, you were part of the delegation. What are you doing in Cannes here?
So this is my first time in Cannes, and we're here to talk about our show that we're going to be making. It's on Kohinoor. It's on it's on Kohinoor, like I said, and so we're here to network and meet people, meet writers, meet like-minded people, and
So you're like an actress as well? So
That's right, I'm an
can you
actress.
Tell us a little bit about your acting career?
Sure. I am a theatre actress, and I love the stage. I've done a couple of TV shows. I've done a couple of movies. So yeah, I'm a TV film actress.
And you are part of this production that's going to be making a film about Kohinoor, the diamond.
That's right.
As we know, the Kohinoor is now in the Crown Jewels.
Yes, it
in
is.
the Tower of London.
Yes.
So where
So that's what I mean. We've already got our first draft. We've got Farouk Dondi to write the story for us. It's going to be shot in London. 80% of it, because it's the Kohinoor is in London, so it's going to be in London, and the rest of the bit's going to be shot in Hyderabad in India.
So Kasia, you were part of the panel discussion this afternoon. Can you tell us a little bit about your own contribution to the panel and what you think came out of it?
First of all, we offer our pavilion to organize this event. It's the second time, and I'm happy that we have such an important, such an interesting and people, and delighted to have them and welcome in Russian Pavilion. And our contribution is that Roskino tries to open doors to Russian industry, because there is still not enough information how Russian production companies work, and it's not so clear. We try to give people understanding. We promote new Russian movies. We also run booths in Leran, in Marché du Film, at the film market. But here in Pavilion, we have more like socializing work. Like we try to connect people, to give understanding. We have a lot of conferences, our own conferences, and we also participate in international conferences like today.
And you promote Russian films, so Russian filmmakers,
Yes.
taking their message, their
Yes,
films across
absolutely.
the world.
Films
And
and
also
filmmakers.
international filmmakers coming to make films in Russia.
Yes, we also speak about co-production, like 7 movies, 7 new projects have been presented in Plage de Palme, right over here, and they try to find international partners. They're very successful. They have a lot of offers. And
what to smoke, what to drink, don't matter much, don't wanna think. Now listen to me, brother man, I'll tell it to so you can understand. We got a whole lot of more discovering. Don't act like you know all to know in the universe.